I want to talk a couple of things that I think they're impacting small businesses and toss back and forth with this dynamic that we have some systems that can help you get through it as small business owners and get your feedback, Dave. We're going to talk about supply chain constraints that everybody seems to be going through right now. And also this creeping inflation that has kind of skyrocketed up above 5% for the first time in a couple of decades, and best ways to deal with it.
All right, man, let's talk this supply chain stuff, because there's been a lot of talk about it. Right. And I've done a little research. You've done a little research, but what do you have in mind here? Yeah, well, I mean, we could do a whole show or multiple shows about why it's happening. But on the quick side, we all know the pandemic obviously impacted. We've got some labor shortages here in California, where there's a couple of massive ports. We've got some new laws and regulations on the trucking. I just read about today, there's been a shortage of containers because we were not sending as much stuff back to Asia in the last year. And that's a big problem too. And the cost of shipping has gone through the roof as well. Skyrocketed. I listened. There was a great episode of the New York Times, The Daily, back earlier this month on the 15th. They titled the episode, "The Great Supply Chain Disruption." And it was super informative about how and why we are where we are. And the issue is, it really sort of boils down to, at the core, what you just said, where, we have these shipping containers and we send them, or they get sent from Asia to wherever, right? But then since nothing was going back, they just sat. And so there wasn't enough to move around. And then the other part of it was this just in time. We especially here in the US, but really worldwide, we had gotten instead of a manufacturing facility or even a repair facility keeping all their parts on hand for what they would need, they would use algorithms and such to decide how to order just in time